So good morning and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to this Thursday's sharing of Harmonize2Energize. My name is Terry Matthews, and it's been my joy and privilege to share aspects of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, self-help, and more recently, modalities that have overlapping connections with this art. For those of you that may be completely brand new, perhaps watching this on the replay, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is an art of harmonizing life energy as it moves through pathways in the body. And we can harmonize this energy or adjust it by placing our hands, palms of our hands, fingers and thumbs on what in JIN SHIN JYUTSU we call safety energy locks. They are the size of the diameter of your hand, not mine. And there's 26 of them left and right of the spine and 3 in the arms. JIN SHIN JYUTSU was brought to the West by a lady called Mary Eno Burmeister after she studied with Sensei Kato. Sorry, not Kato. Sorry, Sensei Jiro Marai. Kato was a sensei too. I've been thinking about him recently, so it just slipped out of my mouth. And she studied with him for about 5 years before returning to America, where she was born. And gradually, after studying with Marai, as it were, by mail, he would send her lessons and she would ask questions of him. About 17 years passed and she brought out the art of JIN SHIN JYUTSU. I understand purely by accident. She was asked to step in to help a client of a chiropractor where she lived in California, in Burbank. And whatever she did, well, I think she did the chiropractic flow. She helped this person so much that JIN SHIN JYUTSU became something that people were curious about, and she was encouraged to start teaching it. And then the art developed from California to the rest of the world via Arizona, where Mary moved with her husband, I think in the early 80s. Gil needed to move to Arizona, and Mary went with him. And then she began practicing and teaching from an office in Scottsdale, Arizona, where I was blessed to meet her, and spent some 20 years working in the office myself on the administrative management side, as well as a practitioner. And I was very blessed to work with who I would call her sidekick, Pat Meta, if you like, the closest to Mary in terms of both age and apprenticeship, if you like. So today, I thought we'd begin at the beginning, or the beginningless beginning. Those of you that are familiar with JIN SHIN JYUTSU, you've either studied the self-help books 1, 2, and 3, and the book 4 for children, or text 1 and text 2, which you receive when you learn and study to be a practitioner. Now, I did have self-help book 2 in front of me earlier, and for some, there it is. Self-help book 2, the blue book, has all the safety energy locks from 1 to 26 defined and illustrated. And Mary, being a great wordsmith, would annotate each safety energy lock with philosophical thoughts on the left side of the page, and then the understanding of the safety energy lock in the middle of the page. And each of these safety energy locks have their own understanding. some of them rooted in the art of numerology and history, if you like, ancient principles of Asiatic medicine, if you like. And Jiro Murai, when he first brought out Jin Shin Jyutsu, he studied traditional Chinese medicine and other Asiatic medical theories, and he synthesized them all together to bring Jin Shin Jyutsu together. And between him and Mary, they developed this whole, if you like, umbrella of information, which really is about relationship of how energy moves through our body and how, as I said earlier, we can adjust it or harmonize it is the word, using our hands and fingers. And safety energy lock number 1 is understood to be the prime mover. And what does that really mean? Well, you can get the esoteric explanations, bringing together the extreme height with the extreme depths. But in my experience, you don't really begin to understand what safety energy lock number 1 is all about until you begin to embody it or experience it in yourself. And maybe the reason why Mary Burmeister suggested to her students holding safety energy lock 1 for an hour a day for a year could harmonize everything in your energy field. Maybe it was because she knew that safety energy lock 1 represented the movement of stuck energy. She would say that pain really is the result of stuck energy. And if you want to get unstuck, like a dancer, you have to move. And in a way, Jin Shin Jyutsu is a dance through the safety energy locks. And Mary Burmeister herself, as a form of exercise, used to go through the safety energy locks, 1 to 26, literally as an exercise, standing up, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., as a way of waking up her energy field, moving everything. And safety energy lock number 1 appears in every energy flow, both at the unmanifest level and the manifest level. It is the first energy lock that kicks off the supervisor flow, which for those of you that have studied will know it's the first digression of the main central after the main central energy, which is our spine, by the way, has been moving up the back and down the spine in positive spirals for several circulations. The first digression to the left is the supervisor, the separation of that oneness energy. Here we are again, we're back to the concept of a 1 straight away, and then it subdivides, and the first energy lock is number 1. I've got a slideshow which may bring us some images for those of you that are more visual, towards some understanding of where we're going with this story. But I want to emphasize, don't worry if you don't get it straight away.
Good.
The art of Jin Shin Jyutsu is often described as simply complicated and complicatedly simple. And that's why I believe we always connect to this energy with an exhale. We let go of our concerns, worries, fears, and what have you, in order to create a space for us to absorb the information as and when we can on the inhale. So anyway, oh, it started to rain again. Lovely. Let's have a look at where I'm going with this through a slideshow. There it is. What is Jin Shin Jyutsu straight away? Maybe we can you all see that clearly?
What text is this though?
Can you see it okay?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So straight away, these three calligraphic symbols are in this straight line, this vertical line, a form of oneness straight away. And Jin, person of awareness and compassion, Shin, creator, Jyutsu, art. It's the art of the creator through a person of awareness and compassion. And around it, we've got that blue haze, if you like, which you could understand to be the energy field emanating from within and without these symbols. And a couple of weeks back, when we were talking about the symbols and learning to embody the symbols of JIN SHIN JYUTSU, the calligraphy, we talked about how when you looked at each word numerologically, that whole energy ultimately added up to the unification one. It actually goes to a 19, which breaks down to a 10 and a 1. So these three are safety energy locks, and they represent the energy of safety energy lock 1 at 3 different dimensions. Now, why am I going there now? Because I said in the title, I want to look at embodying the energy of safety energy lock 1 at a deeper level. And it just so happens that 10 and 19 are, well, let's put it another way. Safety energy lock 1, Mary gave the aspect or development of what she called the high one. And safety energy lock 19, she gave the demarcation of high 19. And the reason I believe she did that was to help us understand not only the 3 different dimensions of the energy of safety energy lock 1, the prime mover, but that the message of prime movement actually comes from a higher level. And that level is actually the bus line, the spirit, the mental, emotional level. This chart doesn't actually show the 19, but it actually shows the 10. And you can see that it's at the bus line. It's at the mental, emotional awareness of myself. And another understanding of safety energy lock 1 is self-consciousness. Here we go. Let's have a look at the keywords for safety energy lock 1. We talked about movement. We talked about unity. There's all these other different relationships. We talked about the supervisor. It begins a supervisor. We talked just now about self-consciousness. From my notes, I read individualist in thought and action, self-reliant, the director. That's going to be important when we look at the understanding of safety energy lock 19. The magician, creating the temple of spirit. Perfect transparency, free channel of spirit. So this chart shows that subdivision in terms of how safety energy lock 1 at a higher level is a safety energy lock 10 and 19. And down here, we have the high one. All these are separations into what I showed previously, soul, mind, and body. So 20, 21, 22, soul, 20, 21, mind, 22, body, 13, soul, 14, mind, 15, body. And then down to high 1, soul, 1 is mind, waistline, and then down to the 5 and 16, body. So these are just hopefully not confusing you, understandings that there are different degrees or variations of the safety energy locks in terms of their frequency and vibration as you move through different dimensions of the body. So, how is this now going to look?
Page
Well,
12.
there's the bog standard. Could you unmute yourself? There's the bog standard safety energy lock number 1, which is in Self-Help Book 2. And I said, we're looking at the message, and to the left, Mary gives the message, all creation proceeds from unity. And then we talked about what Mary says here, one came into the universe, meaning the prime mover. All right. So, say for instance, in your life, there are areas, whether it be at the spiritual, mental, physical, emotional level, where you feel stuck. I'm sure we all have them. I know I do. And one way we would initially deal with a stuck is, let's just exhale. Just let the energy move down the front and then receive cosmic purified up the back to help us get unstuck. That's that unmanifest level of the breath. And I've talked about how generally Mary would talk about energy moving from safety and energy lock 4 at the back here on the occiput through the 15 down to the 7. So it was through from the head to the feet. And then we would receive the cosmic purified energy to cleanse our stuck or to move our stuck by breathing in and allowing the energy to come up from the 7, 15, and 2 back to the 4. And that's in a spiral. And in doing that, we've straight away let go of any anxiety or any worry we've had about feeling stuck, which is important because it's here in the heart, here in the bus line at the soul level, which is also related to the 10 and the high 19, is where the message begins and is sent to all the cells, all the energy pathways, all safety energy locks, every aspect of our being. So in that relationship, 1 is going to move at its higher level from the 10 and the high 19 all the way down the body to the high 1, which is actually first where the supervisor goes before it goes to the 1, before it reaches the 7, where we've begun to manifest. So what are we feeling? We're feeling stuck. Okay. But we don't want to send that message, that feeling of being stuck, all the way through our energy pathways and our safety energy locks. Do we? Don't we want to move towards greater harmony? Is this making sense to people? I know there's a lot of different relationships here. Worry about it. Concept is we're feeling stuck, but do we want to remain that way? Don't we want to go back to wholeness, to oneness, to unity? Yes?
Yes.
So have a listen to yourself right now. And you can do that by either placing your hands on your high 19s, which represent the highest level of 1 relating to the bus line soul, or you can actually go down to your high ones, which is your thighs, And this is the deepest level, I believe, where we transmit and receive the soul's message. What are you hearing right now at your bus line level? It's not a competition. This is just for you to feel where you are right now. You may be stuck in your physical health. You may be stuck in an attitude or an emotional response to something that's happened in your life. You may be feeling stuck in your finances. You may be feeling stuck in your relationship. What are you saying to yourself here? Are you just staying stuck? Are you going, I feel this, I feel that, and just sitting with that? Now, I'm not saying that's wrong, because it's a process to let go of things that cause us to pause and make us perhaps feel stuck. And our soul actually wants us to move. It wants us to bring that energy, transform it into harmony. And if we stay stuck too long, all kinds of labels can come up, yeah? So, for instance, if your message was, I'm stuck and I don't know what to do, ask your soul. What does your soul want you to do? I would say 9 times out of 10, it wants you to find harmony. And Waltraud Krauser, when she defined Safety Energy Lock 1 in her cards, one of the things I noticed at the bottom of her cards, she had a positive message. And in Safety Energy Lock 1, she said, divine fire is within me, or I am in harmony with the universe. Mary's message, all creation proceeds from unity. What is your message? And are you ready to transform that to being, I am in harmony with the universe, I am in harmony with my relationships, I am in harmony with my finances? What is your message? Remembering the positive energy likes to move down the front of the body clockwise and up the back clockwise. If you focus on the stuck, it goes in reverse. So Mary showed us here just holding Safety Energy Lock 1. Because once we have the message, Safety Energy Lock 1 itself relates to the waistline. What is the waistline? The waistline relates to our words, our mental approach, our processing of the information. So you can start off with a positive or whatever negative message. It either won't get down to your feet, it won't get from heaven the head to earth the feet, it won't manifest, or if it does, if it's a negative thought, it will manifest in maybe a label. But if it's a positive thought, the journey is to get it down from the soul level through the mind level to the hip line area to manifest, yes? And 1 representing the mind is where we always generally get stuck. Some of us may have experienced, oh, I don't like having a positive affirmation. I'd like to feel better, but I don't believe in this. I am the harmony. I'm not. The mind is going to get in there and disagree with you. Oh, I don't, no. It's impossible. I'm not in harmony with the universe. Huh. Well, then that's your choice. Notice then when you make that choice where you feel stuck, and notice if it relates to something that you're dealing with in your body, mind, or soul. Isn't that interesting? But Mary gives us a solution. She tells us that the one is a prime mover. It will help us move that energy down from the heart level, the 10-19 area, through the mind and down to the feet and back again, connecting the extreme height with the extreme depth. Is that making sense?
Mhm.
And she gives different ways of energizing the one. There she is, crossing her hands, holding the ones, or holding the thumbs, or she's holding the same side one or the opposite one with the two. Okay, so you can hold 1 and 2 together, or you can hold 1 and the opposite 2 together. So she gives us helpers to move that energy of feeling stuck all the way down. I'm going to give you one more. There's this one. There's the 19 and, well, let's say the 19 and the 1. That's going to the higher dimension to help the lower dimension. Or the high 19 with the high 1. So you got 4 different ways there of moving safety energy lock 1. All right. Mm. So there's all those keywords: movement, beginning, motivation, unity, oneness, general practitioner. So if you've got anything going with your health, generally, think about that. Birthplace of the supervisor, waistline, which we spoke about. The director, let's have a look at that. For those of you that are familiar with Safety Energy Lock 19, you'll know that it's to do with authority and leadership. So there is a relationship between that 19 and Safety Energy Lock 1 from the level of the direction. How you want to direct your message, right? So choose one of those particular positions. Safety Energy Lock 1. Choose whichever one. And with the message in that 10, high 19 area that you have, we're going to practice 4 sets of 9 breaths, 36 in total, to bring that message from heaven to earth and from earth to heaven, the extreme height to the extreme depth and back again. Are you following me? Is this making sense? If you can't think of a message right now, just exhale and allow that energy to move down through your body from the soul level, through the mind level at the 1 level, down through the 15 at the hip, all the way to your feet. And then receive cosmic purified energy to help the 1 move your stuckness. So let's sit up straight, close our eyes, and hold any one of those positions. And then with that message, we're going to direct that message to find harmony. I am in harmony with the universe. That's a direction. I am in harmony with my relationships. It's a direction. So think about it, but not too long. Plant that direction in your heart. Hold your ones, however you choose to. Breathe out. Then breathe in naturally. Receive the breath. All the way up the back. Through the tens, higher vibration. Through the 19s, that higher vibration. And then back down through the body, through the 15s to the ones and to the sevens. Seven more times with your message. You're letting go of anything that's of no value right now. And you're breathing in something like, I am in harmony with the universe. I am in harmony with my relationships. I am in harmony with my finances. So you're breathing in that positive spiral of energy, the positive message, that direction. And as you breathe out, the energy of the one is helping you to move through any resistance, any feelings of doubt, stuckness, so that you can manifest that harmony in your total being. Let go and receive. Notice where you're feeling maybe stuck. Notice where you're feeling free. The two become one. Feel the authority of the direction you are giving your soul. Understand that it's like a soul order. You're telling it to bring you into harmony, into oneness, into a certain area. Feel that you have that authority. And your safety energy lock 1 is facilitating that authority. It's the prime mover. So when you reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation, end of that cycle, just notice now how you're feeling about that message. Check in at the bus line soul area. Has the message changed? Did you ignore the message? Was it just a load of disharmony coming up? It's all okay. Often we've been so used to moving towards disharmony that it takes time for that waistline mind to process the new program. So used to, oh, I feel terrible. Just notice where you're at now. And again, we'll do another set of 9. And you can choose to stay with the hold that you were with, or you can hold your thumb, or your 1 and your 2, whatever you wish, or the high 19 and the high 1, and begin that message, that transference, that direction, that journey, that message from head to toe, skin to bone, and toe to head. Begin. It is possible that you may meet a lot of resistance. Exhale, breathe through, safety energy lock 1. Move through and receive the cosmic purified energy, which is vitalizing your message. Do not worry if your message changes slightly to add more oomph. You might start hearing, I'm in total harmony with the universe. Good. Go with it. Again, if the mind resists, breathe through it. Exhale. Let it go. Breathe in the positive. My finances are totally flourishing. Why not? And then as you reach the ninth exhalation, inhalation with that message, again, just pause and look at your pause, look at your message. Has it changed? Has it become even more powerful, positive? You feel you've gained some sense of authority that you have to tell your soul to create this for you? Or is your mind really getting in there now and saying, this is just absolutely. Breathe out. We're funny, aren't we? We say we want joy, we say we want harmony, that 15 area. And we then find that somehow we're resisting it. It's our minds. It's the duality. It's the decision not to trust, not to believe, or looking at what's going on outside of us and using that as a frame of reference rather than what's coming from within us as a frame of reference. No judgment, just an observation. We're on a journey. Of course, it's okay to experience sadness, the opposite of all the positive. Of course, it's okay. The point is how long we stay there. Because at the cellular level, our body wants us to stay with the positive. It truly does. That is how we grow. That is how we evolve, I believe. Okay, third set of 9 exhalation inhalations. Choose whichever hold you wish. Connect with the message at the soul level, I-1910 area, higher aspects of the one. What's your message now? It's okay if it's the same. It's okay if it's even more powerful, has even more authority, more outpouring of the life energy, as Safety Energy Lock 10 will give you. Stronger. Great. Go for it. And that positive message will help your exhale to push out what it doesn't need, what it doesn't want, and then support your inhale. The one, the oneness, the unity. Regeneration flows go through the one. They all support the breath, the heart, the lungs, the bus line, the soul. The deeper we exhale, the deeper we inhale. The message becomes integrated, less scrambled, and it's feeding every depth of our being, RNA, DNA, cellular level. See yourself as a complete being with many levels, all needing to be fed positive messages. And when you come to the ninth exhalation, inhalation again, pause and look at the cause, look at the message, feel it. Has it changed? Has it remained the same? Whatever. Has there been any sense of any connection with any part of your being? Memories come up, physical sensations. Just be aware. Because if that message is stirring up some blockages, that's a good thing.
Mhm.
It's stirring them up to release. Let go in order to grow. So now we'll do the last set of 9 exhalation inhalations, whichever practice you choose. Notice the message begin. Connecting the extreme height, the extreme depth. That 1910 area, down through the 1, all the way to the 7, and back again. Okay, so when you've reached that ninth exhalation, inhalation, you can just relax. Your hands may have moved, by the way, from the ones to the high ones if they were there. From the high 19s, they may have slipped down to the 26s. Our bodies tend to tell us what they want us to do. Oops, there's a picture of my ginger tea, which is cold by now. So how was that?
Good.
Has it helped any of you that work with your messages to see that you can connect at these different levels of the one, but that you can use the one to move any stuck energy, which is normally created by our thinking process of the mind, processing? Has that helped?
I will say, I think you can hear me, that it has fleshed out the negative messages really clearly so that I could see them and look at them clearly within the authority that you were describing, which was very helpful.
Yeah. It's so easy to fall back on habits, isn't it? And if the habits haven't been that positive, yeah. You know what? The cells are used to it. Yeah. What's all this harmonious stuff going on? But then you do it long enough, and all of a sudden, some of the labels may transform, and you go, huh,
Exactly.
maybe the bit that we were missing with the positive thinking was the physiological connection to move the energy at the one level. And remember that at the highest level, we're purifying the soul's message. And is the soul more important than the mind and the body? I would say yes, an absolute yes. The soul has the authority, the power to conduct, to direct your life, if we let it. But we have to talk. We have to look at that bus line level and listen to the messages that we've been giving our soul for all these, who knows how long, and have the trust and willingness to change the message.
Terry,
Yeah.
this is Carol. I don't know how to put my picture on anything, but I have a question about the
Yep.
breathing. Can I ask you?
Yeah, I'm gonna get us on gallery now so I can see. Carol, where are you?
I don't know how to get myself.
Carol Di Gianni?
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
just have to stop your background and then put your face on.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. But carry on. Yeah.
The breathing is, it's a long period of inhale and exhale, 9 breaths.
Mm-hmm.
I find myself getting lightheaded
Do you?
or out of breath, and then I know it's important to make it deep. It's hard work for me. I don't know why.
Were you what were you holding?
Oh, first I held the ones, then I held the 1 and the upper 19,
Mm-hmm.
and then I held the 1 and the right 11, the 11, 12, and then I went back to the ones. Those were the 4 positions I used today.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did any one of those positions feel better than the others for you?
Oh, the 2 ones, just on
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
those,
Yes.
right.
Yes. Because they're supporting your breathing, energizing,
Oh,
unburdening, kidney, liver, spleen that go through the ones
yeah.
are all energizing, unburdening, supporting the lungs.
Okay.
So for you, I think you've just discovered that holding the ones is very good
Yeah.
to help you not feel breathless or stuck or whatever you were, feeling because it was a long time. So that's
Okay.
great, isn't it?
Well, thank you. That's very helpful, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah. You can work with them for a while, huh?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks.
Why not? Anybody else got any questions, any thoughts, any feedback? I think Manjita said something. I saw something. Oh, nice. I felt calm and the message from the universe. When in harmony with the universe, I can hear it.
Chat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I hope that that journey through the ones and its related dimensions, the 19, I-19, I-1, 10, gave you some sense, and all the meanings of those safety energy locks, the authority and leadership of the 19, the outpouring of limitless life energy of the 10, and the 1, the prime mover. It's possibly, like I said, why Mary had suggested that people hold the ones for an hour a day for a year. And it's also possibly why you can just practice holding the ones with the 19s, the high ones with the high 19s, and the 11 and 15 to go from head to toe and from toe to head.
Mhm.
Really, JIN SHIN JYUTSU is very simple. A little complicated in processing all the different relationships, perhaps. But anyway, I hope that gives you a sense of how you can transform your thinking processes at the bus line level. Tell your soul what you want it to do. Don't be kind of like lacking authority and saying, well, if it becomes an issue about did God say this was okay, my understanding is the universal creator wants us all to realize we are one, and we are one with it, and that it has the ultimate authority. We learn to blend with it so that we too have that understanding of authority so that our soul can grow. And then that's a whole other story where we go beyond the body and the form and all the rest. We're not here to discuss that particular level, but it's part of the journey. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I will put up a replay within the next 24 or 48 hours. I'm going to continue moving through the safety energy locks with an emphasis on the message as we go through.
Right.
First depth, we'll go to safety energy lock 2, then 3, and then 4. And then Manjita will return with me. I think it's early March. Anyway, first Thursday in March. And we'll start looking at some of those obstructions. And,
Right.
it's our work habits, I think, is coming up. And we've got a few other people joining us through March and through April. So we're going to have some different presenters for you all. So take care. Be yourself. I don't want you to walk away feeling, oh no, I can't be negative anymore or anything like that. No. I want you to exhale and inhale and just get into the rhythm of letting go of what doesn't serve you. Don't beat yourself up if you have one of those bad thoughts or you go for the Mars bar when you're on the non-sugar diet. I mean, don't beat yourself up. That's not what it's about. It's
Awesome.
about appreciating the value of you as a being and how much authority you do have and giving you the practice with that. That's all.
Thank you.
All right, folks, I suppose I better stop the recording. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Did it stop? I don't know whether it did.